A family had been devastated, a loss so great that nobody could ever see it coming. So, in regards, her husband tried to figure out a mystery that's been going on, a mystery that's been launched after, a mystery of a corporation that seems like it should have answers, but sadly, it does not. Instead, the husband ended up unfortunately passing away too, leaving behind only the son. But the son gets visited by an unforeseen visitor, and the two of them together will solve this mystery and figure out who or what is behind this great disaster. This is the tale of one of the greatest detectives in the universe. This is the tale of a detective, Electric Mouse. These are the stories and tales of Greetings, kids and nerds, and Mike Universe and Mike Nerdy, and welcome to a revisit review, sort of me checking out Detective Pikachu, which was my second video on this channel way back in 2019 when Detective Pikachu, Shazam, and Captain Marvel all came out. To be honest, I was gonna do a review of Shazam first, but I decided I need to get and voice my opinions on how much that I hated Captain Marvel. Will I ever revisit Captain Marvel? Is the question. And the answer is maybe. So, Detective Pikachu was one of those projects that had a bunch of people, a bunch of Pokemon fans, including myself, very worried about how this was actually going to come out. And no one had any idea. All we knew was that Ryan Reynolds was going to be behind it. He was going to be one of the producers and one of the actors in it. So a lot of people did have faith in the fellow Deadpool actor. I was one of those people that was a little bit skeptical at first, of course, because, well, seeing how a bunch of most adaptations of anime works or manga works tend to become bad or laughably funny, except for a Ghost in the Shell and a Alita Battle Angel that actually turned out a lot better than expected. So, does Detective Pikachu deserve to be on the map? I haven't seen that old video of mine, but I can guarantee you and assure you that my opinion for this movie hasn't changed. Not at all. Was I excited for this movie? Yes. Was I having high hopes for this movie? To be honest, no. I really had no high hopes, no high expectations. I just knew that as a big Pokemon fan, this was honestly one of the films that I wanted to see, and of course, did it pay off in the end? Well, let's dive into Detective Pikachu and solve this Pokemon mystery. Yes, that's the entire point of this. And let's see if Detective Pikachu holds up all these years later. So grab your Pokeballs, grab your fellow Pokemon partner, and get ready to, well, I guess solve this mystery as well as do some battles in the meantime. This is Detective Pikachu. We weirdly enough open up to a shot of Mewtwo, and Mewtwo escaping from his compound, so if you will know your memory of Pokemon the first movie, you know exactly what happened. Then we're introduced to our main character, Tim, played by Justice Smith, who actually does a really damn good job at portraying a young man that just kind of lost everything and he's trying to accept what's happening to him in his world. See, Tim lost his mom and then he lost his father, having his grandmother raise him. So now he's on the verge of trying to figure out what the hell happened to his father. But as luck or fate would have it, he would end up meeting his dad's detective partner, his Pikachu. But that's not the only thing that he would figure out about this Pikachu.
You can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and explain that.
So yeah, for no unexplained reason, actually we get a reason later, this Pikachu can talk, and what's more, that it has the voice of Ryan Reynolds. All that we do know about this Pikachu is that it's addicted to coffee, and it wants to solve the mystery of what happened to its owner Harry, and he will get down to the bottom of the case, as he finds his first clue, a serum that's able to turn Pokemon into becoming rabid creatures, but he does not know how it works, so they might want to do some investigation. So he ends up meeting a friend, a reporter, who happens to know that, well, Mr. Clifford is not exactly the nicest man in the universe, or that he's trustworthy. And while doing some investigating, they find an illegal Pokemon battle ring, where Pikachu has to battle it out, I'm not kidding, with a fucking Charizard.
I forgot everything you said. I forget things. It's what I do. I have amnesia. Need to go for a critical hit. Use Volt Tackle. Volt Tackle will knock me out. I'm going. Oh, hell no.
But a bunch of the gas is released, so the battle doesn't go on as commenced. Thank God for Pikachu, he would have been fucking murdered, and every Pokemon goes on the rampage. He pulled into Watanabe's office, and he's told that he pulled off the case because he doesn't want his father to make the same mistake, that he'd made, especially upon this case. But before that happens, I'm not kidding, they interrogate a Mr. Mime. No, I wish I was joking, it's a Mr. Mime. Afterwards, they were invited to Mr. Clifford's office, where Mr. Clifford happened to show them what really happened to Harry, and what the unfortunate outcome of his aftermath was.
Advanced holographic imaging. Since being confined to this chair, I've invested.
So Tim was told that his father died at the crash scene, with Pikachu being the last person that seen him. Although that's not really what happened, no, it's stranger than that. As the team drives out to one of Clifford's research stations, where he's doing some illegal work on Pokemon, and I do mean highly illegal work on Pokemon. Especially as we saw in the beginning, they're doing tests on Mewtwo, which of course, as we all know, doing tests on Mewtwo does not equal out any good, but they do so anyway. As Mewtwo was going to explain what happened to Tim, he ends up getting captured. By who, we'll figure out in just a moment here. But yes, he ends up getting captured. As Tim gets pissed off with Pikachu. He's pissed off because of everything that had happened, he hasn't found out anything, and he found out that his father is dead, and there's nothing more to investigate, so he tells Pikachu to hell off. But there is a Pikachu parade, or a Pokemon parade oddly enough, and we get also a cameo from another Pokemon actor. Yeah, I'm not even joking.
The intern at CNN? Yeah, I have a story that's really important that the people need to hear, and I was really hoping you could help me tell it. I just like Lucy.
So as Pikachu sings the Pokemon theme song, I'm not even kidding, he ends up finding out a very important clue as to why Harry's car ends up crashing. As Pikachu remembered the battle, he remembered that Mewtwo was trying to save him and Harry. What's more, that they were being attacked by Greninjas, so he finds Greninja stars. And as it turns out, Mr. Clifford was behind everything the whole time. But that's not all. He ends up possessing the body of Mewtwo.
I'm sorry. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
So yeah, without any explanation, Bill Nye possesses the body of Mewtwo, and Mewtwo decides that he's gonna take over the entire damn world. And he intends to do this by basically releasing a bunch of his gas that we saw earlier, but this time it's gonna make people and Pokemon, switch bodies. As I wish I was joking, he actually has a Ditto that works for him, that can turn into people because of course it can because he experimented on it. As Mewtwo's reign of terror ends, although we think that he did, because Pikachu ends up falling, but Mewtwo ends up saving him just in the nick of time. As Mewtwo explains what the fucking hell has happened. After he escaped out of his confines and, what exactly happened. See, Harry helped Mewtwo escape, so in return, Mewtwo bonded Harry and his Pikachu together, thus is the reason why Pikachu can talk.
What the fuck is happening here?
This is the one thing with the movie that bugged me, is this twist. Specifically, the ending. I still love the hell out of this movie, don't get me wrong. This is still one of my favorite movies ever, and back in 2019, this was one of my top 5 favorite films ever made. Next to Bumblebee and Spider-Man what is it again? Far From Home, excuse me. Alita Battle Angel, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and so on and so forth. What insanely bugs me about this is that we know that Mewtwo is a very powerful Pokemon. He's a very powerful psychic Pokemon. But saying that Mewtwo has the power to separate two different entities is complete and utter bullshit. If Mewtwo can do this ability, why hasn't he done it before? Why has he only saved it and used it in certain, well, circumstances? And also, if he's doing this to pay back a certain person, why? What's the point? Why would he end up doing that if it served no purpose for him at all? I mean, if Mewtwo's plan was to reunite a father and son, then he did that. But all at the same time, why would he have his Pikachu share his soul with him?
Okay, I've got like a million questions, but mostly what?
And so that was Detective Pikachu, and how was it? Actually, really good. Despite my criticism and despite some of the problems I have with this movie, it's not bad. Certainly, it does have some flaws, but it's not that bad. The special effects are amazing, the Pokemon all look accurate to the main title, and of course, Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu was pretty funny and charming, plus the whole entire mystery surrounding everything was, all in all, pretty damn good. So I do recommend Detective Pikachu, especially if you haven't seen it yet. Sure, the ending might make no sense to you, just like it did me, but all in all, it's a pretty decent movie with some pretty decent stuff happening. So, I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. And my Funko Pop rating of Detective Pikachu is gonna get the honorable rating. It's gonna get the honorable rating of its of its Supreme Strange. And I say that because this movie definitely reigns supreme. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified every single time I make an upload. I've been waiting for it to keep it on. And if you like this channel and you want to help it and support it grow, the best way to do so is by liking, sharing, commenting, and also clicking that bell icon so you never miss a video. And also, you can follow me at Twitter with the link in the description down below. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been waiting for it to keep it on. Well, we might come back and revisit more movies that I have reviewed in the past. Maybe even Alita Battle Angel in the future. And perhaps maybe even Captain Marvel. But I would really recommend Detective Pikachu, especially to those that are big Pokemon fans like myself, or to those of you that have never seen a movie before. Speaking of movies that people have never seen before, there was a movie recommendation that my girlfriend gave me personally, and I stopped and considered that I should do her request. And basically, if you want to say so, sure, the video will be dedicated to her. So, we're still sticking around the decade of comic books, basically, but we're moving from Japanese comic books into a comic book character that Stan Lee made on a gamble and became so popular. And that now, he's one of the most popular characters out there, especially for TV. But some people don't know that before Charlie Cox did it, he had a pretty underrated movie. Till next time.